If you suffer from neck pain, especially pain in the base of the head, and you get dizziness and possibly headaches, you may be having what's called cervicogenic headaches or cervicogenic dizziness. If that's you, there's a couple exercises out there all over the internet and at clinics in your neighborhood that can make your condition way worse. Don't do them. I'm going to show you which exercises to avoid in this video, and I'm going to give you a couple great therapy tips that have been research proven to help. Let's get into the video right now. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips of Mauro. I'm your host, Mauro Burnett. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a board certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Over my 20-year career, I've been able to help thousands of patients recover from cervicogenic dizziness and cervicogenic headaches. So today's video, I'm really excited about today's video, but the first thing I want to talk about is certain exercises that you absolutely want to avoid. Before I get into the exercises and why you want to avoid them, I want to explain a little bit about cervical stability and cervical instability. Once I explain this and you understand this, it'll make a lot of sense why some of these exercises you want to avoid. So let's take a look at a video clip. I've got a video clip that I'm going to show you guys. We'll take a look at it together, and this is really going to give you a really good visual depiction of what an upper cervical instability looks like. So let's click on the video. Let's take a look together. Okay, you can see the skeleton flexing forward. This is what's called a video fluoroscopy. Now watch as it starts to flex forward. You're going to see the very top bone. You see that? It's like shifting forward off of the C2 vertebra. That is a nasty instability right there. See it shift back again? Watch, slides forward. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll show this to classrooms full of physical therapists and they get like nauseated when they see this. You can see in this picture, the guy's going up, he's going back down. Watch what happens as he starts to look up. You can kind of see it shift a little bit. So that is a classic cervical instability. Now that we've seen a cervical instability, I'll explain a little bit behind the scenes on what happened. How did that person get like that? There's two things that can lead to cervical instability that are pretty common. One is some time in your life, your neck got sore, maybe you slept wrong, maybe you had an injury, maybe you work at a computer all day. Soreness and pain chronically in the neck will inhibit the deep neck muscles, and that will start to weaken the vertebra, and then eventually one vertebra will start to shift excessively relative to the other. Another scenario would be maybe a really bad trauma that can damage some of the ligaments. Nevertheless, once you get that weakness and instability, your neck's a bit vulnerable. You may notice, boy, you just do the smallest little thing. Rotate your head too quickly, bend over, pick something up, and it can cause a big flare-up. Those are the classic signs of instability. Sitting too long in one place and standing too long typically irritate an instability, and getting up and moving a little bit, that tends to make you feel a little bit better. So those are the classic signs of cervical instability. If you do have upper cervical instability, like we saw in the video, symptoms that you could get would be headaches, dizziness, nausea. It can even cause tightness in your jaw and create like a TMJ type pain. Okay, so let's go with a scenario. It happens all the time. You wake up one day, maybe your neck had been chronically sore off and on, and you're super dizzy. You go to see the doctor. He's like, you know what? I'm going to send you to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. So he sends you to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. He goes, oh, I think you have a vestibular problem. I'm going to send you down the hall to vestibular therapy. Once you get there, day one, they're going to prescribe some exercises to help. But if you have upper neck instability, some of the exercises that they prescribe could absolutely make you worse. I've got another clip I'm going to show you guys. We're going to look at this video together and we'll kind of talk about why this could make you worse. But I think it's going to be pretty obvious. You remember the video with the unstable neck? Now let's take a look at this video. Here we go. We've got this lady showing us some traditional vestibular exercises. She's going up and down in the chair, and she's going up and down. Now she's going side to side. Notice the speed of the movement, right? That's a pretty good amount of speed for someone with an unstable neck. Also, the range that she's doing. So if you have really bad upper cervical instability, you've got the headaches and nausea. Yeah, here's another one, the up and down exercise. I'm going to pause the video for just a second. That's a very dynamic exercise throwing your neck into all those big range of motions, especially with speed. If your neck's not at 150%, this could easily overwhelm the neck and start to make you feel really, really bad. I'm going to start the video again. I'm going to show you one more clip that we'll look at, and then we'll kind of discuss that as well. Okay, now the young lady's going side to side. She starts with her eyes open, and then she does eyes closed. Wow, oh yeah, look at this one. The up and down in this huge range of motion. I'm going to pause the video again. In this scenario, this up and down in the big range of motion, if you have any compromise to your neuromuscular control, your stability, your strength, your endurance, this is just way too much exercise, way too fast. So it all starts with correct diagnosis. If someone gives you a vestibular diagnosis, when indeed you have a cervicogenic dizziness diagnosis, and those are the exercises that you get, it's going to make you feel horrible. I've had patients where they spend thousands of dollars. Every time they go to therapy, they say, listen, this is going to make you feel sick, so I'm going to give you a wastebasket. Just throw up in the wastebasket and keep doing it. They go for weeks, months, spend tons of money, and they're still dizzy every day. Finally, someone who knows someone says, hey, I'm going to send you tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can help you. The first thing that I do is I slow the exercises down. I put the exercises into a range of motion that they can control. That's the important thing. We have to exercise within our stability limits. A great analogy that I thought about would be, imagine you go into your doctor's office because you have this terrible ankle sprain. You've got a brace on your foot, you've got crutches, you're barely getting around. Doctor says, you know what, we're going to send you down to physical therapy. You get there, and they bring you out onto a football field, and you've got this coach, and he goes, hey, guess what? Day one exercise, we're going to do one-legged bounds where you're going to jump up and down. I want you to do it faster, faster, faster. And here you've got this severe leg pain. This is not going to make any sense, right? Anyone that would see this, even someone not trained in medicine or physical therapy, would say, this is a bad idea. It's too much, too quick. We need to back up and get some more basic exercises. Or maybe we have that patient where their shoulder dislocates very easily, and they've had several episodes of dislocation, and they just left the doctor to have the doctor help put the shoulder back in place. Doctor says, hey, I'm going to send you down to therapy. So they go to therapy, and what do they get? This rapid band exercise as fast as they possibly could go. It's too much, too quick. Or maybe they get sent to the contortionist expert, and they show them how to stretch their arm at an extreme range. None of these are good ideas for an instability. We want to start with exercises that are pain-free, slow in nature, and that activate the stability muscles. If we don't catch that, correct diagnosis, and if we don't prescribe the right exercises, this can make you a ton worse. So if you get the wrong exercises, you could definitely be green at the end of these exercises, and you can definitely be sick. So we got to get you the right exercises. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you two of my best exercises, low speed, easy to do, research proven to decrease headaches, decrease neck pain, and decrease dizziness. Let's look at these exercises together right now. Let's look at an exercise to improve the muscles in the base of the head, the suboccipital muscles and the neck extensor muscles. They play a huge critical role in stabilizing your neck and decreasing headaches and decreasing dizziness. A good exercise to start with, maybe you go up to your dining room table, you lean over on your elbows slightly, keep your shoulders strong. You want to make sure that your mid-back doesn't sink down in between your shoulder blades. So you gently push through your elbows so you have a nice strong base. Now what I'm going to do is gently curl my neck in as I'm looking down, as if I'm reading a newspaper between my arms, and I slowly come back up. Make sure it's pain-free, make sure it's dizzy-free, but if you can pull this off, even the smallest range of motion, slightly down and slightly back, that is a great exercise to start to build up those protective muscles. A good way to start is maybe on your first day, you just do 5 or 10 reps. Give it a day and make sure it went okay for you. If it went okay, then you're going to build up to 2 or 3 sets of 10. This is a great exercise, easy entry-level exercise if you're having neck pain, headaches, or dizziness. Give it a try. Now let's look at an exercise for the front of the neck, the deep neck flexors. All right, to exercise the muscles in the front of the neck, the deep neck flexors, I've recruited a small bath towel, I'm laying down on the bath towel. I want to make sure that my head is level. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to palpate the front muscles, the superficial muscles that I can feel. You got a big muscle here called the sternocleidomastoid. So what I want to do is make sure when I do this exercise that I don't feel the sternocleidomastoid overactivate. I want it to be soft during the exercise. So what I do is I look down, maybe at like a 45-degree angle, and I slowly slide my chin as if I'm nodding yes. What I should feel is the back of my head sliding on the towel. One of the biggest mistakes with this exercise that people make is they begin to lift their head off of the towel. That puts a lot of stress and strain on your neck, and that can definitely make your neck pain worse. If your neck pain's worse, your dizziness and headache's going to be worse. So totally relax your head. You don't want to lift your head. Instead of lifting, you want to look down, 45-degree angle, slowly in a gentle, precise way, slide like you're nodding yes. Make sure your muscles are soft. It's not tight. There's no pain. There's no dizziness. You hold that for 10 seconds. That's an important detail. That starts to build the endurance of the deep neck flexors. It needs to be a minimum of 5 to 6 seconds. You look down and you slide down. If I get to a point where I feel my muscles start to get really tight, then I back off a little bit. Look down, slide down, hold it for 10 seconds, and then back to a point right above the ceiling. So you can kind of get 2 orientation points right above you and maybe down in a 45. Build up to where you could do maybe 10 reps, 10 seconds, take you 2 or 3 minutes to do. Do that in the morning time before you get out of your bed, and definitely do that before you go to sleep at night. Well, thanks for watching today's video on which exercises to avoid if you have cervicogenic dizziness. If you got something out of it, drop me a comment. I'd love to hear your comments. If you think you have cervicogenic dizziness, drop me a comment. I want to hear about it. All right, guys, it's goodbye for now. You know what to do. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video. We're going to see you next time on Physio Tips Tomorrow.